What's up, guys? Time to show off another Kraken build. This is one of the skeletonized silver dials. We laser out the dial, everything around the Kraken other than obviously the outside, and then connecting points. If you look real close, you can see like one right down in there, and you can see several kind of in here. These are larger pieces, so sometimes they don't make contact all the way out here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like that piece there, there's a little bit there. So we got to have a lot of little connecting pieces for that layer, so that, you know, obviously the hands don't fall off. But laser everything out, what would normally be the background, and then backside lumen after we sand it. And so that's the dial itself. I did this in a bead blasted 150 case. Did a Murphy bezel, which is a coinage bezel, but very, very, very low profile. So not done. You can see a tiny. Oh, I got it. Low profile Murphy bezel. I've only done maybe one of these ever. Then we've got a green diver style insert in there. Crown on this is also bead blasted anchor engraved. White Ranger handset, stainless steel movement holder, silver engraved rotor in there, and a very low profile exhibition caseback. And then this is on one of my green Horween Kraken straps with a bead blasted buckle. So that is your build, sir. This is Doug's first build. Hope you love it, man. Just a reference on this loom. Basically, we use this layer of this photoluminescent paper, and it's decently thick. So I got to tear down a little bit of the top end of the movement, one of the plates, so that I have enough clearance on the pinions. So that just does a little bit of a supercharge there for it. So that is the build, sir. As always, I reference that the bezel will turn left, it'll turn right. These are not click bezels. I just put a tension ring on here and get it really tight, but you can see it does not come all the way out to the end. So you should really not move it unless you actually bump it or move it. It's on there pretty tight. So it should always keep, you know, the standard presentation of this kind of alignment. It's an automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, like you're driving or something, make sure you wind it just a little bit to make sure you keep time throughout the day. How you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. Once you hear that, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and just go back and forth. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, that mixed with that rotor movement in the back will keep your time throughout the day. If you do it for something closer to 15-20 seconds, which is what I do to make sure it's running properly the next day because I'm not wearing the watch around, you will max out your 31 plus hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. So when you're happy with your winding, you will pull it to the one and only click. You can set your time. You'll notice you've got a wobble crown. That deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, it kind of has like a little bit of a ball joint and kind of rolls. So no worries about that. If you pull it just a little bit, you won't even feel it. And you can set your time. Okay, Google, what time is it? 11:54 a.m. Whenever you set your time, hit it, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. You can go from winding it to setting the time, but not from setting the time back to winding it. You have to re-engage the clutch. If you ever push it back over and start winding it down and you see the hand move a little bit before it goes in, that means it was still in that time setting even though it was pushed over. So I give it a little tap just to make sure you're out of that and wind it down. That is your build, sir. Hope you love it, man. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. Entirely up to you how cool you are, whether you wear those or not. It's going to come in a green special edition Kraken box. This will come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. So everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. It's also going to come with some leather conditioner. This is good to keep this Horween strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that it's not, apply it on both sides. Let it soak in. Remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. And then lastly, you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is just Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged. It's like Polywatch. It's because you've got an acrylic glass and you can scratch it. But if you do, put a tiny bit of this on it and buff against it using your included microfiber, which I grabbed all your stuff except for the microfiber, but your watch will be wrapped in it. So you'll have a microfiber in there, so if you get a scratch up and down, go left and right, filling that scratch up, and then buff it. If that doesn't take that scratch out, wait a little while, make sure it solidifies and hardens what's filled in there, and just do it again. And buff 15-20 seconds. It will cloudy up the crystal a little bit, and then just go over and grab a different section of that cloth and just wipe that off. That is your build, sir. Hope to see you in more waffles. Appreciate your support a ton. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. If you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.